Well, here I am, Montaneta. Hello, how are you? I have just seen the Spanish young woman with her two dogs. I think she said her name was Zizzy, something like that. But she walks up this way on this path with the dogs in the morning. So I said I'd see her again. So we had a 10-minute chat before I started walking. So now I'm going to switch this off. It's rained up here and it'll be a bit slippery. I'm on the run. Well, yeah, I'm on the wrong track. I'm not on the track that I sent Jamie and Denise yesterday, and I've just told Zizzy. We've compared notes, and I said this would got a narrow gauge railway from a gallery on. No, it hasn't. The walk I sent you actually walked from Montaneta itself, not the church, St. Francisca's Church. So I don't know where I'm going today. I'll get there in the end. I will spend some of the time on the track I sent you, so I could walk backwards round it. I'll see. Okay, so this is a track I've not walked on before, but it should take me down to the route that I sent you. So I'll walk round that, come back here and walk back down. So at least I'll have walked the route that I said I was going to walk. Zizzy said that the mayor's house, the big white one out here, has just been sold to a young couple who want to open a restaurant up here. As you say, it would be nice. You could go for a walk, then have a meal afterwards. That's an interesting thought for the future. She did ask if you were going to come up here and walk, and whether she'd meet you. I said possibly. So we will see. It's a very pleasant track. As you can see, it's got pine needles on it. It's not rocky like most of the tracks are. Oh, and although we're near the road, it is really very attractive. We will have to walk this one when you're out here. If we can get past the small little ups and downs to start with, this may be an easier walk. Not sure that last bit recorded, seemed to be odd. Yeah, I was saying how pretty it was out here, and that I am on the track that I sent you. But there's a nearly 200 metre drop and climb. It doesn't matter which direction I go, I have to do it in either direction. So I'm going to go down this way and then walk up the climb later on, and then down back to Montaneta in the end. This bit is very nice, if only it wasn't for the hills. I'll see how it goes. It could be that if it's a nice easy walking like this, then climbing up and down hills is not a problem. It's a strange wall in the middle of nowhere. I mean, why would anybody build that? I suppose if you're pushing this road through, this track through, you'd have to stop that falling on it, but it seems very strange. The track's not used. Interesting. You can see there, you're looking across a small barranco. It's probably 30 metres down to the bottom there, and on this side probably 30 metres. So I'm walking down a ridge between these two little barrancos where they've put a track. I shall be turning off in a minute, off this track and off the track that I've given you. It's just a shortcut because I'm obviously walking further now because I've had to come from further up and I've got a climb in front of me. But it is very attractive down here and very quiet. Maybe a good walk this. The track I should have come in on. That's the track I'm going to go down for. Oh, no, I would have gone back on that track. This one is a shortcut. It takes the corner off down to the road, which I don't want to go. The locals from Montaneta seem to tip their rubbish on the side of the path further down, which annoyed me intensely. So I'm hoping to miss that out. But as you can see, it's still going down steeply. I've got all this to walk back up later on. If anything, this track has got higher, this little bit in the ridge on the middle, it's got higher walking down. I mean, both sides are still seriously deep. It's a strange kind of bit of land. It's obviously been here all the time, they didn't build it. Lava flow, it doesn't seem right, just pushed up I suppose. I'm now onto the bottom path, which goes this way. Quite attractive. I've just come down there. It got a bit stony at the bottom. Ziri had a laugh at me. She couldn't believe that I was walking like this. She said she'd been looking for a scarf this morning because it was so cold. It shows what the difference is living out here for longer. Anyway, this goes quite nicely. It's when the climb starts back up that I think the path gets a bit rough. There's a bit of land, there's cabbages. I don't know whether they are there to keep the pests off the rest of the crop. I don't know. The centre looks like potatoes with cabbage around the outside like they normally have. Well, don't know. Sometime maybe I'll ask them. The ferns are coming along. Of course I'm walking on ground that is now wet. Oh, they are beautiful. Glinting with the sun. I don't know if you can see that. It's down this edge. Really pretty. Yep, well, a bit further. Somebody's land down at the side of us. Not kept now. Well, I'm still going down. It's about 500 metres before I turn off and start climbing. I turn right, start going up the hill. I'm back into forest again. Path's not as nice now. It's getting a bit stony. But still, I think it's a possibility for a walk for future time. It's now getting a bit overgrown. These would have the pretty purple flowers on. Oh, look, we've got some yellow ones. Pretty. The purple ones, of course, died back a long time ago. But I better have this off for a while. It's getting rough walking. I've just come down there. This is now the climb. If you come from the road when I first did it, I came from the very bottom down there. And this now goes up straight, no stop, until I get level with Montaneta and then turn on to go back to Montaneta. So it's going to be a pain now for the next half hour. But I'll send a message. I suppose I could send one from here. I've got clear sky. So I'll send one from here and then send one again further up. Well, this is where I am with a big blue sky, as you can see. And the Garmin says there's no GPS, it can't send the message. And that's an email just come in. So, yeah, I'll be better off with emails rather than bloody Garmin and satellite. Right, I'm off up this hill. The last time I brought you on a walk with an uphill climb like this, you threatened not to send me any Christmas cards again. So I don't think we'll be walking this one. But walking up this is safer than walking down it. You slip less going up and you don't fall as far. If you slip going down it, you don't know where you finish up. So it's tiring. I'll do another stretch, then stop for a drink. Just come up there. I just come up there. There's a track runs across this, but it doesn't appear to go anywhere, not according to my map. I'm still climbing. I'm a fifth of the way up. This climb is 200 metres, which is what? 600, 700 foot climb, all in one go, which, as you can imagine, it's like going up 700 foot. Let's do it in metres. 200 metres. A floor on the building takes 3 metres, so it's about 70 stories high building I'm climbing at present. It's breathtaking at times. One of the little purple flowers is still going. There's quite a few down there. Oh yeah, I think it depends where they are on the mountain, whether they survive. The path is obviously not walked. Very often horse riders come up here and round this track, but it's not a walking track for most people. Well, we'll keep going. Been on the flat for a slight incline for a while. I thought, oh, I'm nearly halfway up, and then came around this corner and the flatness disappeared into a hill that goes up there somewhere. I don't know why you can't see that. It's the sun on the lens, but believe me, it goes uphill. So I'm stopping when I'm halfway up this. Oh, this climb is making chooses look easy. I'm now about 150 metres up, so I've got another 50 metres to climb altitude wise, but it's really hard. So I'm stopping here for water. I'll let you know how it goes in a second. Well, as you can see, it's fairly bloody awful. Well, no, it's pretty, just very hard. I've had my water. I'm not taking my rucksack off because it's bloody hard work putting it back on. So I've taken the camera off just to show you where I am. I'm going up there in a minute. Oh, even more climb. When I was talking to Zizi, she said she walks her dogs on the same kind of tracks we do from Montaneta, from the church. But I tried to tell her where I was, and we swapped maps from her GPS, and I gave her a complete wrong information. I thought I was on a different track, so I shall have to apologise to her next time I see her and say, no, it was nothing like that. It was the narrow gauge railway into the gallery that we see on the other walk. It's where Jamie thought he'd lost his camera case and he had to go back. That steep bit up there and down the other side. That's where I thought I was going this morning. Obviously not, so oh well, I'll sort it out later. Anyway, another 50 metres of this climb, then I shall be on the final bit back. I'll try and send another message from the Garmin, but I don't hold out much chance of getting it off. That's not encouraging for somebody with another 50 metres altitude to climb, is it? Somebody didn't get to the top, so they've got a memorial where they fell. Yeah, never mind. We're going further up there. It's levelled out a bit now. It's quite pretty. On this stretch anyway. A bit daffle, it's a bit difficult with the change in intensity, light intensity, getting good pictures. We're going on quite a way on a level. Interestingly, when I was working hard coming up the steep bit, I'd rested on my stick and could hear my pulse. I checked it and it was reading 78. I've just had my drink, come up here, walked up the last bit. I checked it again and it's down at 54. So as far as my bloody cardiovascular system is concerned, this is straightforward walking. Oh, interesting. A track and a track there. Not on my map. I'm going straight up. Stopped after last climb to check my oxygen saturation. It's a good excuse for standing still for a few seconds. Anyway, it was at 97%, so that thinks it's fine too. So obviously, not much of a worry at present. Oh, looks like the track splits here. No, oh, it's got to be this way. Up the hill, I'm not going down. When it's fairly really useless for sending satellite information back. Clear view of sky, but not what that needs. Interestingly, it's rained a bit up here. As you can see, I'm walking around gigantic puddles. It makes me wonder why I'm paying for the €14 a month for satellite coverage when Garmin doesn't work with it. I think I need to find out whether anybody else has got a better system than Garmin. I mean, I can build a better GPS than Garmin. Oh, an interesting path down there. But not a satellite one. So I need to think about it. So many interesting views. You know, you look around the rocks and the colours all around and into the forest. This is a very different forest to what we were walking actually. I'll leave it on this one. The other side is more like the normal kind of forest we walk in. But this is different. This looks like a track coming in. Oh, no, it's where somebody's turned around. Oh no, there's a track going down that way. Not on my map, it's not. But yeah, you know, the moss is amazing on the rocks. Oh, beautiful. And I've got to the steeper drop off now. It's not far before I turn off this and go on a path that you haven't got on yours back to Montaneta church where I left the minibus. But basically I will have done most of this track. There's a little bit in the middle that I won't have walked, but it'll not be much. So yeah, I've been out 2 hours, so much for the hour and a half walk. It's going to be 2.5 hours again. I'm having a good week this week. Look at the size of those trees. They're magnificent. I'm 200 metres from the turn off back to the church, so shouldn't be long around the next few bends. I've just had to walk back 200 metres. I was down the main track, missed the turn off to the right, which according to GPS is this. You would never have known it. I walked past it. So now I'm into deep wood. We'll see where this goes. This is an interesting kind of walk. It's let me just make sure I don't trip on this. I did it the other day. A pleasant woodland walk and an easy path. Oh, nice. Nice bit towards the end of this walk. It gets us fairly close to the church at the end, and then after the last bit, nasty little bits, but that's it then. It's a nice place this. It's Oh, that's the top side of the path. The path goes down there, and then you've got all these rocks and all the green. I mean, I looked over there. Don't know what that is. Next to the bush there, that's interesting rocks and moss. It was wonderful. There's obviously a lot more water up here than there is further down. Just come off the main track, or across the main track. Found this thing, the only thing that looks like a footpath on this side, so I'm going down here. It's downhill. So we will see in a while whether I've got it right or wrong. If it's wrong, I shall be climbing back up and going back uphill. But I'll check with the GPS in a minute. It's now a path, so that's one saving grace. Although it was a nice walk into the forest and a footpath, it was wrong. And it turned out, when I came back out onto this path, the main track I was on, I turned left and came straight down it. The problem is that the original walk showed a big red path, and this was a little black one. Looked like a footpath, not a track. So, need to take more notice of maps. But on the way back to the church now. I think this is a track I walked on to get onto that the track I'd sent you, and it's just that it's not marked on my map for walking today, so when I came back I just didn't recognise it. Well, here I am on the last bit of track that takes me back to the church. It's longer than one expects, like all end of all walks, but at least I'm not coming down from higher up where I would have to go to the edge of the road and down a lot further than this. Coming back this way is a bit shorter and pretty. I mean, we have walked this so many times. I don't need a GPS or map. I just know where I'm going. I'll see you at the end. There I am at the end, the church, and the end of this path. This is, we've walked so frequently, everybody knows this bit of the path. So I'll go across the road and down the steps. So I'm turning this off. Here I am back at the van. 2.5 hours or so is what it's taken me, instead of an hour and a half. But I don't know. This lives in either that one or that one possibly. I don't know. She said it's down there somewhere. I don't think it's the one with the big gates. I think it's just the smaller one where she has her animals.